Ashley Scrapping Nerd, and I'm back with a layout today for Scraplift Crafternoon. And today we are scraplifting Lisa, and she's one of our crafty peeps on this top, and it's her birthday, so happy birthday, Lisa. And so I pulled in my creative scrapbook kit for the month of January, and in it is the Simple Stories Front Porch collection. So I pulled that in, and then the thickers are Where to Next. And I pulled in my pictures of my husband sleeping on our couch, one with our dog Yoda, and then the other one with our cat Finn. And so I thought this would just be a fun photos to scrapbook with this collection. And there, I also had some little hearts from the Vicky Bouton print shop collection. So I pulled those in. And so from the papers in the Simple Stories Front Porch, I pulled in the ones that I thought were more boy. There are some floral elements and everything that's really pretty, but I wanted to try to not put too many floral elements on the layout. Of course, some make it. Like, I was doing really good until the end, and at the very end I threw in a couple of floral elements, but I liked this wood grain. And then I pulled in the plaid paper along with the blue polka dot, and I just thought that that would all look really nice with the wood grain. And so in Lisa's layout, she had 3 different pictures of her adorable cat, and so I'm just having the 2, and so it was kind of funny trying to figure out how to get these both on the layout kind of in the same manner. So I trimmed down the sides, and then I was like, oh, okay, it fits. And then as I start to add my paper and stuff, I mean, my photos still fit, but once I put the photo mats on them and then the papers on the layout, it didn't actually stay within the photo mat like Lisa had, but I really like how it turned out. And the idea that she had where there was like a bottom element and the photos were on top of it and the top element, I really liked that. And it's kind of like having 2 separate layouts within the layout. And I'm going to make the top one my title. And it's funny, I didn't plan on the title going there. I thought I was going to put it down at the bottom. But as I was building this layout, and of course, everything always takes a turn. Lisa's layout was beautiful. And then mine took a left, and then I was like, what am I putting on this top piece? Because I look at the layout that we're scraplifting once, and then I don't look at it while I'm creating. And so I didn't remember what was on the top, and so I kind of just decided to make it my title spot, and it worked out really cute. So I got the plaid down, and I had originally was gonna do like the polka dots on the top and the plaid on the bottom piece, but then I decided to layer them, and I also was thinking I was gonna layer them the same so that the plaid was on the top, but then I kind of alternate them so that top piece will have the plaid on the top and the polka dots on the bottom, and then the bottom piece will have the opposite with the polka dots on the top. And I think that just turned out cute. You can see both the pattern papers really well, but then it adds some interest. So while I'm kind of going through that, make sure that you guys check out the playlist below, and it has all of the links to all my crafty peeps that are part of this hop that we do on Sunday, and it goes up at noon on Sunday afternoons. And today, like I said, we're scraplifting Lisa. It's her birthday, so make sure you go and give her some love and check out her channels, as well as like and subscribe to all my crafty peeps that are listed below. I want to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below and come and join us over here. Like I said, we have a lot of fun every Sunday scraplifting. People do amazing layouts, and then it's kind of like one of those games of telephone, because the amazing layout you start out with, it never, as it goes, everyone else interprets it their own way, and so they end up looking all different, but yet all amazing. And so it's a really fun hop. And here I am just figuring out that I want to put the polka dots on the top. I also didn't want to put the polka dots on the bottom because I wanted to have some of that wood grain show on the sides of my little cluster where the photos are. So it kind of also decided on itself that it would go there. And then take a side note, isn't my beautiful glass mat so pretty? My husband got it for me for Christmas. And so you guys have a nicer thing to look at in my videos than just my wood table. But it's so pretty, and I can't wait to do mixed media on it because then I won't have made such a mess on my table. But I had to adjust my lighting because there was a glare, and so I was hoping that I wasn't still giving a glare. But it's worth it for this beautiful glass mat. And then I wanted to, after I did all that, I wanted my photos to pop out more. And so I wanted to put a white border around them. And I have like a million paper pad stacks of like 4x6 photo mats. And I'm not going to all use them all. And so when I do like white borders, I just grab some from the pack because the back of it is white, and then that just gets it. I'm using up those 4x6 mats. I'm not cutting up a 12x12 white piece of paper or anything, and it's a sturdy piece of white paper, so it works out good. And then because in those paper pads that are the photo mats, they give you like 10 of one pattern. I'm never going to use all those, so. And then I decided at the bottom I wanted to add some twine. And let me tell you, this twine gave me such a headache. Like, I liked it. It started out really good. And then when I started to add my embellishments, it went south really quickly. I fumbled with it so much. But at first, it was working pretty good. I put it down at the bottom, and then I tied a little bow. And I'll tape the back side so that it doesn't slide off that photo cluster. But then you'll find out my bow doesn't stay, and I try a bunch of different things down there. But I will use some foam to put on the back of this piece because since I put the twine there, it kind of looked a little offset and unsturdy. So you'll see me put some foam behind it. These photos just make me laugh. So the one on the left is Yoda, and my husband's sleeping on the couch, and the dog is just sleeping on top of him. And they're just, no one's moving. They're just sleeping. And then on the right side is my husband and then the cat. And the cat is just like stretched out there and enjoying his nap with him. And so I actually will title this My Boys because these are the boys of the house. I have 3 dogs, but the other 2 are girls, and then we have 3 cats, and then the other 2 are girls as well. And then, of course, me. So these are the only boys of the house, and it's just perfect. And the one of Yoda just cracks me up because he's just on top of him, and they just slept like that. But they're my boys. And then I will also pull in a bunch of the letter Z's I wanted to put around. You'll see this is the backside of that polka dot paper, and it had little lace elements. So I wanted to fussy cut that out in Lisa's layout. She had kind of I don't know what that's called, like kind of a jaggedy type paper piece at the top, and so this was to mimic that. And so I fussy cut out that lace that was on the back of the polka dots to add that element up there. And I only made it as long as that piece. I didn't make it go across the layout. But yeah, this is where I'm like, okay, so I like this, and I made this whole top piece, but now what do I put there? And so this is where I'm going to get my title together, and I'm pulling out these Z's. And this is a chipboard, and this is thickers, but I don't know if I just haven't used the chipboard thickers in a while, but they don't stick well. I had to go back and glue them down after I was done with the layout, because I don't know if it's just that they're not like the thin thickers. They're kind of a heavy chipboard, so if it just doesn't work as well, it's strange. I don't know, but I got the Z's out, and then I put out or got out my thickers kind of tool that helps me line up titles, and I did my boys, and that's going to go up there. And I was like, okay, maybe should it go in the middle or should it go to the side? I was a little unsure of what I was going to do up there, because I usually don't like my titles kind of floating. I like them to be anchored to something, but I do end up just leaving it in the middle, and I like it, which is interesting. But I will put stuff on either side of it to fill in, my negative space, because I do like to pack on the embellishments. And so I'm at the bottom, I'm just kind of putting some little cluster together. I thought I was going to use these books. I thought the books were kind of cute and put down there, but I will remove those because I liked this camera, but I didn't like it up there. The camera is what seems to be floating up there at the top with nothing to anchor it down at the bottom. But I pulled in this little piece that says keep life simple, and then like a little postage stamp with a house that I put down on the right. In Lisa's layout, she had two elements kind of hanging out at the bottom of her layout, so that was kind of mimicking that. And for a while it's there with the twine and everything, but I will actually end up putting the twine underneath it because it just wasn't working up there. And I put the little banner to the left, and like I said, that just helps me feel like it's not just the titles just floating up there. It has something there. And then I will end up putting a little doily and stuff on the right side to fill up that space. And I much like the camera more down there with the doily. And then I pull in the saying that says all day, every day, which I thought was funny because it's true. The boys of this house, they nap a lot. And so I thought that was a funny little saying to put down there. And then I also put love my family there. And I'll put a red heart on top of the camera in the center where it is, but I'll just put one of those Vicky Bouton hearts there. And this is where I'm messing with that twine again. I just could not get the bow to look right, and then it was like covering up my little element. So I just decided I cut off the bow and I just put this over top, and so it just has the twine at the bottom that you see, but there's no bow or anything with it. And then I had to figure out how to make that little cluster look better. So I just pulled in the word memories and put one of those hearts there. And this is where I fill up that space. And there's this happy together that was in the ephemera bits. And see, there's a little floral element. And then I'm going to add some little florals here around my clusters, but not too much. So it's still a boy layout. But, and then this last piece of lace ephemera bit that was there at the bottom. But that's going to be the layout. I don't really add much more, some little hearts or whatever. I refrain from any splatters or mixed media on this one, which is interesting. Not usually my style, but look at me growing. So yeah, like I said, that's my layout. Thanks everyone for liking and subscribing to my channel, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.